Well, hi there and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rusty and this is me channel where I talk about me favorite movies, mostly metal, mostly horror, and me favorite music, mostly metal. And I leave my bloopers right where they are. So, welcome to my August 2022 update where I go through and show off and talk about my additions to my collection that I have purchased and received in the month of August 2022. And let's get that show on the road. So we'll start with DVDs, of course, which I still love DVDs. Alright, DVDs are fine, whatever. I would prefer to have the Blu-ray, but it is what it is. So let's start with The Falcon and the Snowman. Now the reason I'm starting with this is because one may question, hey Rusty, why would you replace a DVD with a DVD? Well, let me explain that. I really love The Falcon and the Snowman, and this, Sean Penn, Timothy Hutton, I love this movie, and always have. Now, I have had this DVD for 20 years. This is the 1999 release of this movie, and it still plays perfectly. I watched it, which is why I went and got this. I watched it and remembered how much I loved it, and I went to check to see if there was a Blu-ray, right? Because I replace movies that I love with Blu-ray. Well, yeah, there's a Blu-ray that fucking Kino Lorba got a hold of and wants $100 for. So, I'm like, man, I hate these fucking boutiques and they're fucking scam. They're scams. They're scams. I'm sorry, but they are. And I know I buy some. There's some sitting right here that I'm going to show you. But they're still fucking scams. They take advantage of the film collector community. They are not the purveyors and protectors and preservationists of the film community. They are the leeches and the parasites of the horror collecting, film collecting in general. But horror collectors, they are the parasites of us. And if I can ever get around to doing that absolutely brutal slam of that genre, boutiques, you'll see what I'm talking about. But in any event, you could get the Kino Lorba DVD. Now it is remastered. It's the remastered version with a new transfer and stuff like that. Now you can get this for 10, 11 bucks. The Blu-ray they want $100 for. No lie. Go look it up on eBay. $100 for the fucking Blu-ray. Kiss my ass, you parasitic pigs. But in any event, this is 2015. And there is a big difference. This one still looks beautiful, it still looks fine, but you can really see the difference in the transfer. You can really see the clarity. This is remastered. Yeah, so I replaced the 1999 release of Falcon and the Snowman with the 2015 Kino Lorba release. New transfer, new remastering, and it is a beautiful movie. Falcon and the Snowman, Sean Penn, Timothy Hutton, love it. Okay, moving on. We all know that the Amityville Horror has 5,327 sequels so far. All of them are absolute dog chihuahua shit, except for a couple. Now, Amityville Horror, Amityville 2 The Possession, Amityville It's About Time is cheesy, but fun to watch, and it's alright. And then the remake the Ryan Reynolds remake, is really, really great. And then this is the only one that I have seen that I actually enjoyed. And that is basically the remake of Amityville 2. And that's called the Amityville Murders. Um, this is really good to be an Amityville sequel. So, like the 2005 remake of Amityville Horror, this is sort of a remake of Amityville 2 without the demon possession. Okay. So, yeah. I really liked it. So that's the only other one. I mean, let me know if you think any of the other Amityvilles are anything but Chihuahua shit, but we'll see. This is a little movie called I Am Fear. About some journalists who run into some naughty demons. This, Scout Taylor Compton. This is a Scout Taylor Compton movie called Getaway. To survive, she must kill. So it's one of those cabin in the wood type things. Halloween movie night. This is the Fangoria Halloween movie night series, and this is a movie called The Hunger. These, the Fangoria movie nights, Fangoria Film Fest, Fright Fest. This is sort of like the 8 Films to Die For collections. This is kind of their version of that, and this is a movie called Hunger, which I really like the trailer for. Wes Craven's The Breed, which I've already done an official video on, so I really love that. This I got out of desperation. This is the Charles Bronson double feature of 10 to Midnight and Kinjite. Now, I thought that it's only on one disc. I don't like that. But I was so desperate to have something until I have got the Scream Factory or Shout Factory collector's edition of 10 to Midnight, which is one of my favorite slashers of all time. And I do have it on the way, but I was so desperate at the time I bought this. I was so desperate to get 10 to Midnight. I do have it on a file, on a disc somewhere, downloaded disc. But I was so desperate to get to see it that I bought this. So, yeah. And Kinjite is cool, too. A Shudder original. I do collect Shudder originals. Physical. This is called Z. I haven't seen it, but it looks good. I feel pretty safe most of the time with Shudder originals. No, I don't have Shudder, and I'm not going to, so forget it. The original, The Last House on the Left, because I couldn't find it anywhere, so I guess I don't have it, because I really like the remake better. But I figured I really should have the original just for collector's sake. I just got the DVD of it. It's unrated, right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure I didn't screw up there. Last House on the Left with the little... This is a movie that I really liked called Tempo. I think, who was it that I saw? I saw another channel. I think it was Mr. Dan. I think Mr. Dan had found it at the dollar store, with one of those dollar days things. Dollar bin, whatever they have, Dollar Tree things. But I saw him mention this. I went and looked it up, and I was like, ooh, Melanie Griffith and that dude. And there is an excellent shower scene. So yeah, but I like this movie. It's called Tempo. It's a little B movie, action movie with Melanie Griffith. She actually did all right. Um, but yeah, so Tempo. And I have decided to get the Cabin Fever movies. I couldn't find this on Blu-ray for a decent price, so I just had to get the DVD of Cabin Fever. And I've got, now we're moving on to Blu-rays. I got Cabin Fever Patient Zero. So now I just need to, which I will do, well, I get paid Friday? No, Thursday? Anyway, I've got to get number 2, Island Fever. So I'll be buying that to finish this off. So Cabin Fever and Patient Zero. And like I said, we're moving on to Blu-rays. I kind of screwed up with this. I bought The Matrix. I don't have them on Blu-ray. I've got them on DVD. And as soon as I bought this, I found a trilogy for like brand new $12. So I'm like, oh man, if I had seen that before I bought this, I would have just bought that to get all 3 of them on Blu-ray, which I probably will anyway. I'll just have 2 copies of the original. So yeah. I replaced my DVD of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, which I absolutely love. The Birds. It's one of my favorite Hitchcock movies. But I adore The Birds. I can sit and watch that thing 3 times in a row. I just love the whole atmosphere. So, yeah. Tippi Hedren, The Birds. Keep watching the glare. Now, this is not a horror movie, although it looks like one. It is a one of those British slapstick crime movies like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which I love that genre. And this is called Trick or Treat. And I'd have to do a whole video to explain it, but there's a reason that it's called Trick or Treat, and it's not horror. It's a crime, but the whole premise of the movie is that they're playing a trick on him. That moth is still here. They're playing a trick on him, and it doesn't turn out well for any of them. But I really loved this movie. It was really good. I replaced my DVD of I Am Legend with Blu-ray. I replaced my DVD of Law Abiding Citizen. Yeah, see, that was my DVD. And the reason I replaced it is because I love Law Abiding Citizen, but Blu-ray is the only place you can get the unrated director's cut. So, I got Escape Room. Replaced my DVD of Escape Room so that I could have both of them by also buying, I did not have this, and that is Escape Room Tournament of Champions, theatrical and extended cut. So yeah, now I've got both Escape Rooms. This is a Scott Eastwood. I really like Scott Eastwood, and it's a little horror western called Diablo with Scott Eastwood. I think that there should be a lot more crossovers with horror westerns. I've found quite a few of them, and I think it's a really good mix of genre is a horror western. This is, I guess, a found footage type movie called Apartment 143. Emergo, paranormal activity type movie. Paranormal activity in just about every way possible, but with more action, whatever that means. We'll see when I see it. The 30th anniversary, I replaced my DVD of The Breakfast Club. Now I just got to do 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink. But yeah, so I got the Blu-ray of The Breakfast Club. See? My DVD. It's my fault for sitting with the window open. I finished off the Olympus Has Fallen, the Has Fallen trilogy, Angel in London, and now I replaced my DVD of Olympus with a Blu-ray. I replaced my DVDs of Smoking Aces and Smoking Aces 2. Smoking Aces 2 was kind of crappy. I see why they didn't make more, but it's alright. But Smoking Aces kicks ass. I mean, this is a fantastic movie. So I replaced Smoking Aces 1 and 2. Oh, I replaced my DVD of In Time. In Time is a Justin Timberlake movie. See, DVD. I replaced it with Blu-ray because I think this is a phenomenal movie, and he's one of those actors that, or one of those persons that I was like, oh please, but he turned out to be a pretty good actor, sort of like Robert Pattinson, you know, like he came out with Twilight and I was like, I couldn't stand him, and then he did The Rover and Good Time and stuff like that, and I'm like, that dude's a good actor. So, you know, people can redeem themselves. You know, I hate his music, but I like him as an actor. Same way with Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah is a fucking phenomenal actress, but I couldn't tell you one song of hers because I don't like her music. This is a Liam Hemsworth movie called Killer Man. Can't really tell you what it's about, but I knew. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. An exhilarating, audacious crime thriller. Killer Man with Liam Hemsworth. I replaced the original Godzilla 2014. This is the one that had the digital code that I gave away. And Kong Skull Island. I replaced my DVD of it. I finished off replacing the two Jurassic World. Got Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen. So, yeah. I replaced them. So now I have all of Jurassic Parks except for that Dominion shit. I don't know if I'll buy that or not. Those are the special ones. Okay. Move that out of the way. Alright, we have Hammer of the Gods, which is a cool little, I like that lenticular, or that embossed slipcover. But yeah, Hammer of the Gods, it's like a Viking warrior movie. This is a movie with Kelly Riley. I like Kelly Riley. Horror collectors may know her as the girl in Eden Lake. This is one of her newest movie called 10 by 10, where she is kidnapped by this dude and held in a 10 by 10 room in which they both get stuck for a while, and there's some big secret going on. Kelly Riley, Luke Evans, 10 by 10. This is Dewey. David Arquette. It's some little cheesy movie called High Voltage that people have like said was shitty, but I don't know. It was like $4.99 brand new for the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. So we'll see. Replace my DVD of The Perfect Getaway with the Blu-ray because I love A Perfect Getaway. Almost through with my Star Treks. I got Generations and Nemesis. So if I'm not mistaken, I've only got two left, and that's The Search for Spock and the original motion picture. So that's the only two I got left. The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. This is like the originals. You know, there was the girl with the dragon tattoo. There was the Americans who made two. And then there was the European that made three. And so I'm getting the European ones now. This is The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. This is a triple feature. They all come with their own discs, of course. The Client. Why did I buy this? For The Client. I love The Client. Susan Sarandon and The Client. The Pelican Brief is also really good, and A Time to Kill is phenomenal. So this was a really good triple feature. They all have their own discs, so no shitty transfers or anything. But I love The Client, and I love A Time to Kill, which I did have on DVD, and this on DVD. I did not have Pelican Brief, but I have seen it, and I do think it's a good movie. So that was an excellent triple feature. This is a fantastic little Mad Max knockoff called Bounty Killer. Now I had this on DVD, but when I found it in a little sale, brand new on Blu-ray, I'm like, hell yeah, I can do that. So, Bounty Killer. This is really good. If you like indie stuff, go find it. A Night in the Woods. Another little found footage kind of thing. Blair Witch kind of thing, I think, is what that's going to be. It's the way it looks like anyway, if you look at the back. But I heard it was alright. Another Liam Hemsworth movie. This is called Arkansas. Or Arkansas. Black Oak, Arkansas. Black Oak, Arkansas. That's a old 70s rock band. But Arkansas. As you can see, I kind of picked up a couple of Liam Hemsworth movies. In the Land of Blood and Honey. This is another Angelina Jolie movie. This is the one that she wrote and directed. And I heard it was really, really good. I kind of went and checked what else she had done after I fell in love with Those Who Wish Me Dead, which is her newest movie. And then I saw a lot of praise for this movie. So I picked it up. And I finished up my Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I already had the War of the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray, so I wanted to get these two on Blu-ray to have all three of them on Blu-ray. So I did that. Now for the more special stuff. The Alienist, which I did a video on already. I was so thrilled to get a hold of this movie. Cost me, but was worth it. I think this is one of the best. This, even though this was a TV show, it's basically a 10-hour long slasher, and it is a brutal, hard R slasher. And if you are a fan of slashers, and you can pick this up and view it as a 10-hour movie, do it, because it is worth every penny. Now, this is an interesting, this holds kind of like a record, I guess you would call it, because this is the first movie that I bought in reverse. I have bought digital codes, movies on Vudu. I've got like 250 on there. All of them come from digital codes, except for 19. I have purchased 19 because they were too expensive to buy physical. I had bought Harpoon. This is a fantastic movie. I had bought it digital, so all I had was the digital. I finally found someone selling the Blu-ray at a reasonable price. So this is the first movie that I have bought digitally and then found physically, whereas everything else is the other way around. I've either used the digital code in a combo, or I bought the movie straight out, but I haven't. I'm pretty sure there's fixing to be another one, and that's I have the Wolf of Snow Hollow on digital on Vudu, that I bought, and I do plan on buying the hard copy, the physical. So yeah, Harpoon holds the distinction of being the first movie that I loved so much that I had to go and get it physical after buying it digitally. So yeah, Harpoon. I do have a video of that if you want to know what this is about and why I loved it so much. I did make a video about this movie. Alright, next we have, who is this, Scream Factory? We have the Scream Factory of Lake Placid. The Scream Factory Collector's Edition of Lake Placid on Blu-ray. I love Lake Placid. I did have the DVD, which you saw I put it in there. So now I have it on Blu-ray. Bridget Fonda, what'd you leave us for, man? You're a really good actor. I love Point of No Return, Jackie Brown, Lake Placid, but hey, she wanted to leave, so she left. But she is phenomenal in this movie, Lake Placid. This is the Shout Factory, Scream Factory of Escape from New York. The Collector's Edition of Escape from New York with the original little art poster inside. Reversible cover. John Carpenter's Escape from New York, the Scream Factory Collector's Edition, and finally, the Collector's Edition Director's Cut of Night of the Creeps. Night of the Creeps. I'm being attacked by moths. Night of the Creeps, the Director's Cut, Special Edition. Now this isn't a boutique. Or is it? Who released it? I can't see in this light. But in any event, it's the only one out there. So, Night of the Creeps, Director's Cut. Hallelujah. Yippee-yi-yay. And that does it for my August purchase and receives. Wasn't as huge as last one, I told you. Some months I can have big ones, and then there are little ones where I had to do other stuff. Like, for instance, this coming payday, I have a new Five Finger Death Punch shirt that I have to have, and Five Finger Death Punch has come out with a new album called Afterlife. And when I get paid, I'm counting the days. Because that shirt and that album is the first things I'm going to buy, which is going to cut into my movie money. But that's okay. We have to do other things as well. I thought it was a moth. So, I will see you in the next thing that I do. If you got any new stuff lately, put it in the comments. Say, hey, I've got an update video. Come and look at mine. And I love to look at update videos, collection videos of people who, showing off their new stuff. If you've got one, make one. Do it every month. I mean, unless you only buy one DVD a year or some shit. But if you're a collector, make update videos. And if you've got an update video, I would love to watch your update videos. I love watching collectors update videos where they go through and show off their new acquisitions. I'm like a little Ferengi from Star Trek. I want to see all of your stuff so that I can be jealous and go buy it myself, because nobody can have something that I don't have unless it's shit. I mean, if you've got shit that I think is Chihuahua shit, I'm not going to go buy it. But if I see anything that I've not heard of or had, you can make me jealous and I will go buy it. So, always remember, never forget, you are a wonderfully unique and special person. And I thank you so much for your time checking it out. Did you see anything that interested you or want to give me kudos for, yeah, I've got that too, or I've got to have that now? Just let me know in the comments. Love you, miss you. Bye-bye. And I'll see you next time in whatever else I do. Like I said, I'm in a zombie mood. I think I'm going to do zombie movies next. We'll see. Ta-ta.